Hey race fans, Drake York here with the driver of the Petty Performance Racing 3P now, Kyle Cummins. And let's start off with that, Kyle. I mean, you had 8 really good years with Rocksteady Racing, won a bunch of the now defunct MSCS championships, had a really good year with USAC last year. So let's just start with your tenure at Rocksteady. How did that come about in the first place, and what do you take away from the 8 years of experience with that group?
We definitely, back, say 8-9 years ago, I was running with them guys, and they had a different driver, and I was owning my own equipment, and I was only racing 20 races a year or so, and it was expensive, and so I didn't get out and race much. I raced a hop stop mainly, and Putnamville and stuff like that. So I knew Tim Spindler from go-karts, and he lived around down south where I lived back in the day, and just from knowing him, and then kind of talked to Hank a little bit, and finally their driver went on to do something else, so I stepped in there, and they're basically like a family to me. Now I got to race them, so I know what they got. They got really good equipment and really good cars, and I've always just kind of wanted to do my own thing, just one time, with basically no rules, right? Just my own thing, and I'll either win by myself or lose by myself, kind of a leap of faith a little bit, because what I had with Rocksteady and Hank and Michelle and Tim and BK and Russell and Todd and Zach, like that was a really good deal, and things were going great, and so it was kind of a little bit of a leap of faith, and I'm getting older, so I wanted to see like what it would be like to just do my own thing, a couple years here before I retire, and I don't know, it's kind of a a lot of people thought it was a crazy decision, and it might sound like it, but to go from something super comfortable to something that's, we're taking a chance here, you know what I'm saying? But, I thought, in my heart, that's what I wanted to do. And so, Jerry Petty's gave me the opportunity to run my own deal the way it needs to be ran, instead of just, penny pinching the whole time. So he's gave us the funds to do whatever we need to do. And, we're for sure now going to run for the championship this year for sure.
You brought up a lot of fantastic points there in that answer. I want to dive into more of the Rocksteady thing. You mentioned it's going to be weird throughout the USAC season to see that car and you not being the driver. Kind of expand on those feelings that you have. How weird is it going to be for you? How weird do you think it's going to be for the fans to see you in a different car that's not the 3R? Because let's face it, that's the car that kind of put you on the map.
Yeah, I've already been told, like, why did you stick with the 3? So I was 3C back in the day, right? 3 and C for the Cummins. That was my number. And then when I ran for them, they were 3R, so I just kept it for Rocksteady. And then I went with Glenn Stiers, that was 3G, still a 3. And so 3's kind of been my number through my career. So 3P for Petty, it just made sense. But a lot of people, they're really close together. You just take that little bitty thing off the R, it's a P. So, but no, just knowing with that car how comfortable I felt in it, it kind of just felt like it was a part of me a little bit. Like I felt like a glove. See where I can go from here. Now it's housed in my house, where before Hank's stuff was like 3 hours away. So to go work on the race car, to work, and then to get up there, I was just traveling. I went basically only twice a year just to get things ready before Florida and before Sprint Week, and just to have it at my shop. And I've always tinkered and worked on my own stuff, so it's going to be different for sure. But
so you're 36 now, correct?
Yep.
The last, I guess you'd call it 6 or so months. We're talking about lifelong changes. You mentioned the birth of your second child. Then you leave a team that you're so well established in, kind of take a chance on Jerry Petty and everybody here at Petty Performance Racing, a chance on yourself too to come over here. So just take us through the last 6 months or so. Those are 2 really big life changes right there.
6 months has been, my last 6 months have been miserable. Miserable in a good way. I'm hoping I can sleep in March when we get home here a little bit. But between building cars, we bought a house there at the end of the year last year. So between buying the house, we remodeled a front building to be a little boutique store for someone to rent from. And then this deal came about, and our shop was basically metal and concrete. So we had to go through and build a complete shop to house everything out of. And then we built cars for just got cars 2 weeks before Chili Bowl, built cars before Chili Bowl to run Glenn Steyer's stuff at Chili Bowl, and then we just got our chassis. Basically, when we were at Chili Bowl, we got the sprint car chassis, so we've been working day and night to try to get everything done and ready. And then I'm also with my machine shop, and then you know, the kids. My wife's took a big for her to still have a smile on her face is pretty good. She's basically raised my son and daughter kind of by herself, at least at night, you know, for at least the last 3 months, because we've just been constantly working. But I think once we've kind of got everything built up now, and we've got spares made, and the shop's in good spot. So I'm hoping in March we can just kind of, my life can go back to normal a little bit. And but yeah, it's definitely been a high pressure situation to get everything done, to leave the comfort of where I was, and you know, and to do this deal. But you know, I'm kind of betting on myself. You know what I'm saying? I think if you ever quit betting on yourself, you might as well stop.
Well, Kyle, it sounds like you guys have really thought everything through, got an all-star crew, and obviously an all-star driver behind the wheel. We wish you and Petty Performance Racing the best luck here in 2024.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.